something that we know ultimately, if we can make it all the way to the Supreme Court, if we lose at the Second Circuit level, or even if we win and the state challenges that, we know we're going to end up on the side of right. We have to. There's no other way around it.
Well, looks like we have a call, and it might be that woman that was in this picture right here, Lori Hopkins-Cavanagh. Hello, caller, you're on the air?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now, Lori. How are you?
Now, I have a problem because I don't know what you guys have been talking about other than about a minute that I heard Scott talking, so I do apologize.
Okay, Lori, basically Scott gave a rundown of who he is and what he's been doing with the litigation and the lawsuits, and that's as far as we got so far. And so we didn't get into the VA yet or the terrorist swap.
Right.
So Lori, whatever you want to chime in on, go ahead, because the subject. Yes.
Can I just say something to Lori real quick?
Okay.
Lori, if time permits, at the end of whatever the other stuff is on Phil's agenda, we're going to also be talking about statewide elections as well, because these people that passed this law, we need to vote them out. Just so you know.
So I have to say, Scott, that everywhere I go in the state of Connecticut, and I'm going to 64 towns running for Congress, CCDL is literally everywhere, and not in a small showing. It's pretty significant, and it's just so impressive. The organization has been built up to something that is extraordinary. You can tell by the amount of money that you've been able to raise to fight these egregious violations of our rights, and I'm so proud of to know you and the people that I've met in CCDL have just been such big supporters of what I'm trying to achieve, bringing liberty back on a federal level. But I have to say, it just everywhere I go, I'm seeing CCDL and parking lots everywhere. People, this is a big bipartisan issue. It has nothing to do with whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or an unaffiliated. It has to do everything to do with our rights, constitutional rights, both on a state level and a federal level. And thank you so much, Scott, for all you do. I know you work so hard at this, so dedicated.
Thank you, Lori, and I know you're working really hard out there to represent us down in Washington, and I appreciate your efforts. You are doing one heck of a job, and you have quite the campaign going. I am very impressed.
We have some exciting things happening. We have Vernon headquarters opening up. This week, actually, it's opening, but we will have a grand opening up there. So we have, for the first time, 2 headquarters in the 2nd District, and we plan on a 3rd at the Yukon, in stores at Yukon. What's amazing to me is that this big tent philosophy of liberty, the love of liberty, has nothing to do with a partisan issue, and so we're attracting a lot of moderate Democrats and unaffiliated libertarians and Republicans to the fight here to return liberty to our citizens, and really to turn around and provide jobs and opportunities by getting rid of the oppressive regulations and taxations that these politicians have forced on us. So I hope I can win in November. I'm looking for everyone's support, and anything they can do to help, they can visit LoriForCongress.com and sign up on the website.
Lori, are you getting any help from the Republican National Committee or anything?
Well, we have to get on their radar screen, and we have to raise quite a bit of money. So the intent is to try to raise at least $100,000, if not $140,000 more by the end of June, which is a significant amount of money. So fundraising, we need volunteers to join the fundraising, to coordinate with our chairman of fundraising and put together really a force of people that know that we have to reach this objective. Once you do that, you're on the national stage. If you don't have the money, you're really insignificant. The Republicans talk a lot about diversity in the party and getting more women to run, and hopefully we will see that support if we can show them that we are a viable, candidacy, and I think we can. I'm very positive. I've got so many people following the campaign, and every day, 10, 20 people call me a day offering to volunteer and help. So it's an incredible grassroots movement. It's just that, it all comes down to money too, unfortunately.
Anything else, Ron? Wally, you want to say anything to Lori?
Well, I'm just concerned about what President Obama has done with the coal industry. And he's really gonna kill us by closing down power plants. And he's gonna reduce the amount of jobs we have. And
Major loss of jobs, major. It's horrible. The economy can't take this, and it's almost like he wants to see the nails in our coffin, because in Connecticut here, we're flatlined. I mean, we are basically dead in the water, and that's what's happening. He's doing to the entire country at this point. You did tell me you wanted to talk a little bit about the Gitmo prisoner trade. I think that is, I don't know if you guys, I want to leave you with something I read recently, a comment that Rice made regarding no American citizens left behind, which I thought was just so insulting after Benghazi.
One thing, Lori, too, I want to say is that, we're losing jobs right and left in this country.
Right.
Do you know that we pay the Russians $70 million per astronaut to put them up at the space station? Not only that, we're buying our rocket engines from the Russians. Why? We don't have anybody here that can build rocket engines. We got to buy them from the Russians.
We're also buying
$70 million per astronaut
Yeah.
every time they go up.
And we're also buying helicopters from the Russians too. Well, you figured out what's going on.
It's an administration that is embarrassed for American exceptionalism and the things that made us great. We're now subsiding as a world power because of these decisions, foreign policy mistakes. You can see it everywhere, and it's so sad to see, and that's why I want to go to D.C. is to make some changes there. I'm going to run, guys, but you have a wonderful show, and thank you so much, Phil, for asking me to call in. And Ron, I look forward to seeing you soon. And Scott, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Lori. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Lori. Have a great night. All right. You guys heard it from the...
Horse's mouth?
I almost said something different. Ron, you got me on that one. So, but yeah, Lori is...
She's got to work hard, but I think she can, because she's got to get out there and knock on these doors all over the 2nd District. That's what she's got to do. Tell people what she stands for and what she wants to do. If she can do that, she can go up against this clown. He's got $3 million in the bank. So you know what he's going to do? He's going to flood the airways.
Now, do you want to take another call? This phone
Sure,
line?
why
I
not?
have no idea who this is. So.
Why not?
But we have a lot of topics to cover, so let's... Hello, caller, you're on the air.
Hi, everybody. This is Mary Lou, and I just have a question for Scott. I want to know, how do I join his organization, CCDL? How can I become a member?
Well, you can go visit our website, and that is ccdl.us. You click on that link, you go to our page, and membership is free. Once you go over and click on the join button, it'll ask for some information as far as where you live and your phone number and things of that nature. And then any special information if you're a lobbyist or you're a police officer, whatever, there's a little spot down at the bottom that you can add that information in. So please go visit and join our organization.
Could you repeat the website?
Yep, it's ccdl.us.
Great.
And there's tons of information on our website as far as the things we've done throughout the years, how to file for an appeal if you've lost your pistol permit or if you've been denied your pistol permit. Lots of information on that. Our blog information is on there. Our Facebook page is on there. And we also have a YouTube page on there where you can find a lot of video
Great.
of past events.
And most likely see this show on there.
That's right, yeah.
That's
We'll probably,
right.
if I get a disc, I'll throw it up there.
Yeah, well, you will. Caller, any other questions?
No, that was all I had.
Oh.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. and
Thank you
God
for
bless.
calling.
Yes, thank you, and God
Bye
bless
now.
to you too. Thank you.
Just before we get going, let me say one thing, and then you guys can.
I know you were so upset, the steam.
But I just want to say something for this gentleman here.
Okay.
This is the year that we got to do something. Not last year or next year, this is the year. So these sportsmen, these gun people that belong to the unions and listen to their unions, it's time to tell the union goodbye. We need money to beat this thing. So you guys get out there. We got plenty in Connecticut. Reach in your pocket and donate $10 or $50 or $100. It's all going to help. Get out there and spend some money to help this gentleman. He's got a big task ahead of him, and it's going to cost money. If we have to go to the Supreme Court, it costs $10,000 just to get your in front of the Supreme Court. So stop having fish hooks in your pocket. Take out some money and donate it to the CCDL. That's
All right.
from me.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Wow. Beat that, Wally.
Well, I know there's a lot of good union people out there,
There ain't a good one anywhere.
but what the problem is,
Now.
the CEOs of the unions are ripping off people just like the business people are ripping off their stockholders. The union leadership, they're going on all kind of trips all over the world, and the union workers are paying for that. And they're told not to vote for certain things, and they're
Of course,
wrong.
right.
Being told that. I know a lot of good people that are in the union.
All right, I'm going to keep quiet for a while. Go ahead.
All right, we're gonna move on to Reg, camera 3. All right, what you're looking at here is Operation Choke Point. It's another backdoor attack on the Second Amendment, and it says, this story says, stay still, Congressman stands tall for gun and ammo dealers, other legit businesses, and seeks to defund Department of Justice's Operation Choke Point. And there's our man, our leader right there. Thanks, Reg.
His partner is who? Eric Holder.
Yeah, exactly.
And they work together.
So, Operation Choke Point, for the viewers, do you guys want to start in on what it is, Scott?
Sure. Well, yeah, essentially what they're trying to do at the federal level is reclassify certain businesses and certain entities that operate as a business as a risk business. And typically, the passage of this act was to make sure that delegitimate entities couldn't gain access to banking funds, so they couldn't get loans to operate. Well, what they're doing now at the federal level is they're taking it and they're trying to apply that law to gun retailers. So that way they can choke off the source of money to gun retailers to be able to obtain lines of credit to buy more guns from manufacturers and distributors and starve them that way. So that way if they can't get the guns in their shops, they can't sell the guns. And then if they can't sell the guns, they go out of business.
Right.
And then there you have it, right there. Another nail in the coffin for our Second Amendment
Right.
through bureaucratic entities.
What's this do to your blood pressure? Huh?
Well, I'll tell a little story here.
Yeah.
I do
Keep it
bu-
clean.
I do business with Liberty Bank. Have done for years. My mortgage is there, my business account's there. And they always wanted my credit card business, so I finally I signed up. Well, I had it in there. First day, I sold a shotgun to a gentleman in the Midwest somewhere. I forget what state it was, but the sale was for $7,500. And I put it through the machine, and it comes back okay. They give you a number, and it goes through. Well, the next morning I get a phone call